Hello? Hello, everybody. How's it going? Let me just see if I can get these links posted. Pretty much got it posted already. It is evening for me. It is evening. Hey, Ed. Good morning. What's up? How are you guys doing today? Let me know if the audio is alright. I'm trying to do something new. I'm trying to take the constructive feedback and approve this. Echo. Okay, how about now? Bad echo. Okay. How about now? How about now? Ah, okay, wait, hold on. I turned the volume off of my. I turned the volume down on my speakers, so let me know if that works. Still echo. Alright, let me see what I can do here. Okay, let me know if it's getting better. If it's better, then we can continue. Yeah, I mean, the gain... Oh, it was pretty down. It was pretty low. Alright, let me know if that's better. I changed some things around. 10% better. Alright, hold on. 30%. Okay, how about now? A little bit better. Is worse? Oh, I don't know what's going on. I changed some things around. I tried to add some themes and whatnot. Let me put some headphones on and see if that works. Oh, it's fixed? I was about to put some headphones on. Okay. So I think I'm not a tech guy, but I'm trying my best. I think it was because there was the input from my laptop. But anyways, I just muted everything. Yeah, because I tried to change some added this theme on Streamlabs. But anyways, so I guess it was messing around. But I was playing with it for the past half an hour. But yeah, it seems like I had to mute all of these other audio input things, which I don't really know what they are, but anyways, let's get on some dips. I know. Well, thanks guys for helping me out with that. I wouldn't know. Hey, you know what? Let me see, because I got some advice on the having like a second monitor so I can actually see what I'm streaming and see the chat. So I'm trying to see if this is going to work out really quick. Pardon the interruptions. But yeah, now I can actually see the chat on my other monitor and see what I'm seeing, so I don't have that issue where you can't see the screen. So then I know about it. You probably had two mics. Yeah, I did. I probably had it's either my camera mic, my computer mic, and then this one obviously, but it's all good now. So seems like we're good to go. But hey, we're a little bit early. Still got about 50 minutes till the market opens. Trying to improve all of these things for you guys, although might have just got worse. But anyways, so if you guys say everything's good to go, then let's do it. All right, some ICLN leaps for 600 days out. Where else can I diversify ETF leaps for 600 days out that are sub 40? Yeah, so about $4,000, you mean? Okay. Yeah, I need to get used to this. Maybe I should. Okay, so let's see. I think if you're talking about $4,000 for, and you're talking about 600 days out, I don't know. I mean, we can take a look at probably ARK K could be interesting. You will be exposed to Tesla, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea. So I don't remember off the top of my head. Could have been the 336, but for they have the 700. Yeah, it's around. I mean, you could get 64 delta. You could get a 63, 61 delta for around 40 right here. So yeah, could do it. And I mean, I actually would like to get some of those. Also, I wanted to get some ARK F, to be honest with you, because this one could be interesting. And I don't think that I actually have much of this. Looks like the markets are going back up today, guys. So hopefully you were with us buying the dips. We've been buying the dips. I don't know if you guys are just tuning in for the first time. Yeah, we've been buying the dips for a while. Pretty much all week, really. So we're gonna continue keep buying the dips, and hey, but so far we're up about 2%, so that's always good to see. But yeah, speaking of all of this good stuff, I was thinking about doing an ARK F because I don't believe I have much. I have the ARK G. I've got 100 shares actually, selling the covered calls on that. The ARK K, of course, we've got some of that. I believe we have ARK W and the ARK Q. I've had the ARK Q for quite a while, and it's done all right. Yeah, it's done all right. But anyways, I was thinking about, because the ARK Q is the autonomous technology and robots, but I was thinking about getting some ARK Fs and possibly more ARK W. Just get a little bit of all of these. I think it would be interesting, because I really like ETFs and it gives you that diversification. Yep, the ARK F is the fintech one. That's right. So it could be great. Could be really good. And yeah. Also the W is the internet one. The W one is the one they've got the exposure to Palantir. Yeah. Is there anything special to be concerned about when dealing with margin? I had to opt in for margin account when dealing in options, but don't know how that works. I mean, yeah, sure. So I'll go ahead and show you basically on my account. So I have the margin turned on. So yeah, I have a day trade. I have the buying power of around $600,000 right now, but I haven't used that. The only thing that the margin that I've actually used is negative. So if you have a cash balance and you have the margin turned on, you're not going to be actually using the margin until the cash balance shows a negative. But once the cash balance goes into the negative, then that means you're actually using the margin. So even if you have the margin turned on, it doesn't. It's not necessarily mean that you're going to be using it. So you just have to be a little bit careful with those things. But overall, I wouldn't be too worried about it. But not anything really special. Just be aware when your cash balance goes into the negatives. So whether or not you want to use it. And I know for Webull, for instance, you can actually email them and tell them if to limit the margin actually. Yep. But anyways, I think today we're going to go ahead and increase some positions that we were trying to get in yesterday. Going to review all the options that we've been doing, and what else? Review the options. I mean, things look like they're going to be going up today, so our options are going to be probably on the up and up. But we can go ahead and review this really quick. The DraftKings vertical spread was is down 5.42, but that should get fixed relatively soon. And also I have some covered calls that are expiring and some puts that are expiring today. So yeah, DraftKings is actually bouncing off of this support, so that is good. Yep. So we are good there. So it's going to be, I think that one's going to be good. I mean, you could possibly increase the position in that one right now, but since we already have this vertical, I don't know, we could possibly get a leap in that one. That one is in the, which one of the arcs is that they were buying up the DraftKings? I forgot. I need to look into that. But anyways. So the Ford is down, and I saw the news that they are recalling some vehicles in Canada, I believe. So that one is probably not going to be very good. But we're going to keep strong on that one. We still have a little bit of time. Yeah, the ARC G, it's only down 7%. I don't really see myself dollar cost averaging anymore if it's going up today. We also have the 100 shares of it, so, you know. ARC K is actually up for us, even though the markets are down, so that's going to be good. The January 23, I mean, we might actually go ahead and get another one of those. I wouldn't be opposed to that. So we'll think about that. We'll come back to that later. Do you have any thought about holding stock going into earnings announcement? Yeah, if it's something that I'm holding long term, then I don't mind. I'm just going to hold it anyways. I'm not going to sell it and pay taxes on my gains. So for sure, I'm just going to keep holding it. But I wouldn't really want to get into a risky option position if it's about to go into earnings. So I'm not really a fan of that. Like, for sure, there's a chance of it shooting up, but also there's a chance of it shooting down. So I'm not necessarily a fan of that. And then our GEVO, see, this is the one that I wanted to look at a little bit carefully today. Let's go ahead and look at this, pull this up here. It is, looks like about, okay, so this totally blew through our buy zone. It's 1060, well, at pre-market is 1185, so this is something we need to pay attention to because I've got 9 contracts of, selling 9 contracts of puts here, which could be interesting if it bounces, which, I mean, it is just very low. I don't like that. I would probably be more along the lines of that, but maybe not. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to find a support for this, but more or less, if it does bounce today, then we'll see. I mean, it is up to 1184. So looks like it's on the top of our buy zone, actually. Let's go down to the 4 hour. Yeah, it's bouncing up back through our buy zone, so Oh, it's up 11%. Yeah, duh. Okay. So that's good. Hopefully you guys were holding some GEVO with me. I'm actually selling those puts, thinking if I'm going to get assigned or not today because those are expiring today. Today is the 19th, right? Yep. So we have these 9 contracts expiring today and see if we're going to get assigned. But, I mean, for sure, this 15 one we're going to get assigned. That one was lowered the cost basis by $2, so we're at 13 on that. So we're going to be a little bit down, but hey, it's all good. Not anything overwhelming. And then the 12.5 one, we might get assigned on that, but that one's better because the cost basis is lowered $1.95. Yep. $1.95. I wonder if we could get out of that, if we could close it before it expires. Because do we really want 900 shares of GEVO? Well, let's see if I can pull up the calculator here. So 900 shares of GEVO, and I mean we're talking, what's the market price? Almost $12. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I mean we might just have to get out of that because that might be a little bit too much. But if it does bounce back up to 16, it's not necessarily going to be so bad. So overall, I think I'd be looking towards this MA. If we just go ahead and kind of extend this out a little bit, could be an interesting support. So that could take a little bit of time to get back up to the $16 mark. Maybe couple, I mean, it would at least be a couple weeks, maybe not though. But anyways, at least this one is up 11% pre-market, so there is that. Anyways, so we'll be looking at those. Let me check the chat really quick. F is up after hours. Okay, that's good. I would actually have thought it was going to fall a little bit. Yeah, it's up 0.7. Not so bad. Good morning. You've become my morning coffee buddy. Hey, thanks, Barty30. I really do appreciate that. I'm trying my best to improve these streams, even though this is not my forte. But you know, whatever. We're gonna make some money. Markets are growing up. Yeah. The 2% back in my account. We're up 2.4% now, so all happy about that. Obviously, I mean, we took a little bit of a dive there the last 5 days. We're down. We're down 20 in the last 5 days, 2.6%. So, I mean, we can easily get some back today. I mean, hopefully it holds at what it is right now. But we'll see about that. But anyways, things are looking pretty good. Do you have a maximum amount of positions you want to have at any given time? No, I mean, the more the merrier. The more positions, the more diversification you have. So I don't think so. There would be a more along the lines of having a maximum amount of dollars that I would like to be in a position, but we have increased our options up to our working capital for options is about 17. If we liquidated them all right now, it would be about 17, 18. So hopefully that bounces back up, which I'm sure it will today. And all of these option prices are going to change. Right now we have 40 minutes until market opens. In Webull news on Palantir, the mentioned Palantir is WSB top interest, replacing GME. Does that affect your strategy for this name? Okay, well, Palantir is up 7%, so that's good. It's gone back up through my buy zone. I would like to see it bounce right back up to 40. This could be a really big money play. I'd probably go ahead and get some more positions into it. Palantir replaces GameStop. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't have me so concerned because of ARK is buying it. But hey, I don't know. We'll be watching it. I mean, hopefully it just goes up to the moon. That'll be fine. I'm taking profits. I'm not interested in diamond hands. Yeah, I don't care about any diamond hands or whatever they're saying over there. I'm taking my profits for options. I'll take them at 25, 50, 100. It doesn't matter for me. And let a couple ride up there really far. I mean, Could be interesting if it does get pumped up. But let me check. Let me just finish going over these. So I might actually close one of these on GEVO. I don't know. Could be a good play though. Once it recovers a little bit. The space, still have some time on that. We're just going to let it ride. I think it bounced back up. The AMD Condor, we need it to go up a little bit. Probably a little bit over 90 would be better. So we'll see about that. That currently down a little bit, but that's okay. We just need a little bit of time for that to play out. The Palantir, I have 2 contracts so far. They're down, but I would be interested in getting another one, so I want to go ahead and add to that. Yeah, I'll probably do that in about 10 minutes. I want to do the Palantir. I want to do the ARC K. The net, we're still up on net. Reggie selling the put. We might be getting assigned on this one, but we have until March, so that's okay. I don't mind getting assigned on some Reggie. That's renewable energy. The Apple Leap is still down a little bit, but hopefully that does recover. So let's go ahead and take a look at Apple really quick. Apple is up. Hey, it's up 0.75% in the pre-market, so that makes me pretty happy. So hopefully that keeps going on up. Moving on up, all right? It needs to move on up to the northeast side. The northeast side of our chart here. That's what it needs to do. But anyways, so the Apple, the lemonade spread is down. I mean, lemonade took a beating during this little dip we had, but things are going to be fine in the long term. So I'm still going to keep that one open. I will. Yeah, I'll see how it's going. But the Lee selling 4 puts, it's 29.5. I need to check Lee. What is Lee doing pre-market? Lee is up 1.77%, so that is good. It is almost $30 pre-market, so we're not going to get assigned just yet, but we do have until another week, so that should be fine. The Lithium Americas Corp is down, but we're going to see it bounce all back, I think, today. So really, it's not necessarily the best. But yeah, it took a beating yesterday. So it's coming back up about 2%. It's about $20 pre-market. And then this ACTC is expiring today. My call was 35. I'm selling this covered call. So 35 ACTC. What is the market price? Do we even have the? Does it show the market price here? I never even paid attention to that. Yeah, I guess its last price was $24.55, $24.53. Yep. So I don't think we're gonna get assigned on that. So that was a good one, and we will just turn around. Yep, 24.56. Yeah, so that was accurate. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're not gonna get assigned on that. We will just go ahead and close it out and sell another one. Probably we will do that today. So actually, I need to write this down. Let's do ARKK leaps. We want to do the. We want to look into GEVO closing some puts. Some covered puts. What else did I say? Dollar cost averaging into more Palantir. And the ACTC reopening a covered call. Okay, so far that's on the to-do list. All right, and then let's keep going. Solo, still got some time. THCX is expiring today. That's going to get assigned. It's at $19. The current price is $21.85, right? It's on the 100, right? Why does that one say 19 though? And this one says 21.85. THCX. Still getting used to the Weeble, but overall Weeble is awesome. Link in the description if you don't have a Weeble and you want to follow along with us. And also while you're down there, please go ahead and smash that like button. It's really going to help us out. And check out the other links to the Discord and stuff. But anyways, THCX, we had some. Seems like it might be coming back up a little bit, but it's not really doing all that much. So it's 21. It is 21.85. So I don't know what's going on with this 19 thing here, but 21.85. So we will get assigned. And that's kind of too bad, but whatever. It is what it is. We still made some money. So I don't mind losing those shares anyways. That's a little bit too volatile for me. And then my Tesla ones, that one's looking pretty good right now. So I'm fine. I'm fine with this Tesla for now. But it is expiring today. So we could go ahead and close that and then reopen one. We might do that. Or maybe not. We might just keep it. But we'll see. And then the last things that I want to look at would be the print. We picked up some of these yesterday. As a matter of fact, we got 25 shares. It's going up. So I think we might go ahead and pick up some more on this. So let's go ahead and just get our first order going right here. Currently it's at 44.44. So let's see if we can get it for 44. 44.44. That's super bad luck number in China. That literally just means death. So let's try to go ahead and get another 25. I don't want to go too big because if it does fall later, then we'll be pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it did, but the market's going up today, so maybe it'll keep going up too. So extended hours, yeah, we can go ahead and do that. We don't need a stop loss on here. We just need $44 prints. So let's go ahead and get that order put in. Let me go ahead and take a screenshot. All right, that one is off and away. First one, it's only 25, but works out. Okay, let me get this posted to the Twitter. Print, limit, order, commons, 44. Okay. First order is off. All right. So hopefully you guys had some available cash on the sidelines, cash reserves, so you could take advantage of these dips. I mean, it's always good. Always good to be dollar cost averaging in the dips. But I think we're almost done. It was the print one and then ACIC. Yep, that's right. Okay, cool. This one's going up a little bit pre-market. I don't necessarily want to take any more of this. We've already got 50 shares. This is a SPAC. If it drops, I'll buy it, but if it keeps going up, I'm not really interested so much. There's other fish in the sea. But I believe that's all. Another thing I should put on the to-do list is going to be the ARKK leaps, but also ARKF, and could be interested in the ARKW, because the positions that we did not get filled yesterday was the O Condor, but that's fine. Not very interesting anyways, so well, we might could review that. But the ARKW ones we didn't, so we would probably like to go ahead and probably like to. We got a lot of filled yesterday actually, but anyways, maybe some ARKW on the to-do list when the market's open. It's already 10 o'clock, so we could probably start taking a look at some of these things. But we'll see. Markets are still look like they're moving up a little bit here. What is going up the most? It seems like it's ACIC. Well, now it's SOXL. Yeah. Well, it deserves to go up. It was down quite a lot those days. Yeah, that's right, Sky. I am using a theme, and it messed up. If you were here in the beginning of the stream, the theme messed up all my audio settings, and I had a few different audio inputs going, and it was giving a bad echo. But I was playing around with it. To be honest with you, I need some help setting this up better, but I would need some help because I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, I could probably put my social media up on that top bar. I mean, I just didn't really have time. I just gotta do the trading and all, everything. So, but whatever. Your options spreadsheet says you only have 4 GEVO. Really? Thank you for pointing that out. We actually have... Maybe it would be better if I just took a picture of these... Of the, Probably it would be better if I just took a screenshot every day of these positions. But then it doesn't keep track of, like, what I'm making. But then again, it does right here. Well, that's 1 month, 5 days. Interesting. So I guess it kind of does. Well, maybe that would be better. What do you guys think? Because the spreadsheet, it doesn't really track the condors as well as I would wish, or the covered calls or covered puts. Because the covered calls and covered puts is like, yeah, I get the premium immediately, but if I want to roll it, or if I get assigned, or if I close it and then reopen it, which I'm about to do for some today, I mean, it doesn't really track that as well as I would want. So to be honest with you, maybe it's just better to just take a screenshot of this one. Palantir calls for sure. Yeah, back into SBE, huh? That's a good question. Just really got kind of burned on that one, but it's going up a little bit now. I don't know. Not much, though, considering how much it fell down. So I'm going to bide my time, but feel free to always remind me about that. There's just so many things to be looking at, and I've got a decent amount of positions open right now, so I'm trying to manage all of these, trying to close them out. Some are expiring today, so yeah, it's just a lot of some more work than you would think. But yeah, I'm trying our best. The option screenshot would be great, yeah. Yeah, guys, please like the stream. That really helps me out. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out. We've got 1,100 now, I think. 1,100 subscribers, which is awesome. That all happened very fast. But I do appreciate that. Yep, 11:05 right now, seems like. And yeah, that's crazy. That video that I did, because I'm looking at the analytics right now on my YouTube dashboard. And that video I posted today, even though it was not very good because I didn't even show the screen. I forgot about that. But I fixed it. I changed my hotkeys. I had too many problems with that, so not going to happen again. And then I don't know why, but all of a sudden some people started talking today in a few different places. They're like, oh, it's too long, or, you know, blah, blah, blah. But to be honest with you, I think it is too long too. And I was thinking that when I'm filming it, I'm like, man, I got a lot to say. Maybe I should split it up into 2 videos. Maybe I should, I don't know, just talk really fast, cut it down or something like that. But then I go to like the analytics, and the longer videos are doing the best. So I don't know. I mean, isn't like JRE long form podcasting? Isn't that what people want now? I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, we can take a look at TRXC. This one is the RoboSurgeon one. Yeah, it's going up 9% pre-market, but it was down 13 yesterday, so careful with that one. It's not really in my buy zone though. I would like for it to fall a lot more, to be honest with you, and I think it could. But we could dollar cost average into some cheaper shares. You could get 50 shares. It's only going to cost you a couple $100. I wonder what the IV is. Yeah, the IV is crazy expensive. We could go 28 days out. We could go cash covered put. We could sell it for $4. We could get 70 back on 400. So that's pretty good, guys. 70 back on 400. That's 17.5% guaranteed on the on those premiums, and then it actually lowers your cost basis to if you get assigned, it lowers your cost basis to 3. I mean, assuming you get it for 0.7, so it would lower it to 3.3. So if it's 3.3, yeah, that could be more interesting. Is way down here. Still though, you could even do it for 3.5. Then it would be down to 3. Your cost basis would almost be down to 3. And then it would be a little bit more interesting. So we can consider that. That one's not so exciting for me because it's really volatile and it's just ran up so much. I mean, we were literally watching it from down here. We watched it run up the whole entire time. Okay. Victor can help me setting up my Streamlabs. I would really appreciate that. Yep, just go ahead and maybe we can do a Zoom call and do a screen share or something like that if you want to give me a hand. But it seems like I might also need some volunteers for my website as well because, oh man, there's just so many things I need to do. And I didn't imagine I would be live streaming every single day, but I'm trying to though because you guys really like it, so I'm trying to. But it gives me less time to work on research and also my website. Like for example, I need to update the watch list every day, and like I usually forget about that. But there's just some small tasks that if I could take them off of my shoulders, and I could focus more on some of these other good things for you guys. How much cash do I keep on hand every day? I mean, probably about 100. I think about around 150 right now. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it might have just been a few people thought it was too long, but then I had got some feedback, and I think, and anyways, I personally also think that it should be around 10, 15 max, in my opinion. I think that's the sweet zone. But for me, I usually watch videos 1.5 speed, anyways, so, or maybe 1.25, slowing it down to figure out what's going on, but usually I watch them pretty fast anyway, so everybody has their own opinions. And the edit, if I edited the videos down, it would take my time away from something else. So I don't know, and I'm trying to pump them out before everybody goes to sleep. After the markets close, the end of day recap, I got to do the write-ups, and then I got to make the video, edit, and post it on YouTube. And I'm hoping to catch people before they go to sleep. That's the goal. So I'm kind of in a rush, actually. Take a look at NNDM, see if it's interesting. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Let's see what it's going to do today. We might get some of these. These are so cheap, I might just buy some shares just to call it a day. It's already up to 14. Let's set a price for $13.75. See if we can catch any. 50 shares going to cost me a little bit of money. We could do something like that. So start getting into this. I prefer to just buy shares on this one. So there we go. Second order is coming in for the day, and it's going to be an NNDM limit order of $13.75, and that is off and away. But let's see. Let me get this on Twitter. NNDM limit commons for what? $13.75. Much easier to post on Twitter than those option plays. Alrighty. And let's take a look at the Palantir. Okay. Palantir still pumping up a little bit. It's totally recovered from what it was down yesterday. So that's good. It's out of my buy zone right now, which is fine, but I might just go ahead and increase that position. Let's go ahead and do that. So what was my position on the Palantir? It was an August 20th $30 one, and I have two, and the average price is $6.70. So August 20th $30. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Okay, there's my position right here. I have two of them. The average price was $6.70, so yeah, I can still get this pretty cheap, maybe. But let's go ahead and put the limit order at 6 and see if that's going to hit. Good for the day. Sounds good to me. Let's see if I can just go ahead and place this before the market opens. So I want to go ahead and dollar cost average that in. All right, that one is off. PLTR. So that could be interesting. And I'm doing that because it's just down so much. And we can hopefully still get some cheap ones, but we'll see. We'll see what the market prices are when it opens. We might have to come back and review that. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at some more of the stuff. What about Apple? Still dragging its feet a little bit. One day it's going to boom though. So we're just going to have to wait. Ford, I don't want to do anything right now because they supposedly are recalling vehicles. So we're going to wait to see how that plays out. But hopefully everything is fine with that. What are we going to do? Cannot control Ford. See, those companies just kind of suck though. You know what I mean? That's why their stock is $11 and Tesla is like $10 million. Recalling vehicles, they can just update it through the cloud, right? Why don't they just think about that? But anyways, AMD's looks like it's going up. Cool. This could be good for our Condor, so that's cool. It's 89.72, and the AMD Condor, yep, that's going to put us right in between these the two middle ones. So that's good. All right, so we've got the one in for Palantir, so let me just go ahead and take this off the to-do list. Okay, yeah. And then I want to look at the ARC K-Leaps, but I want to do that when the market opens because I want to see what the market prices for those are. Yeah, that's right. Victor, yeah, I thought you were I remember you were somebody. I didn't remember what your Discord name was though. So just send me a DM on Discord or whatever and remind me what it's about, and we can go from there. Jared Plouffe, love the content. I am just starting out with a small account and having a difficulty finding weeklies on sub $4 stocks to do the wheel. Should I just find some solid monthly stocks to do it with? Sub $4 stocks? I mean, you could try TRXC, but you said sub $4. I mean, but see, look, that's you could try NXE, and I know it's not sub $4, but the IV is incredible. We might just do one of these anyways. But I mean, if you go over to the puts, you start the wheel on a put. So it could be, it could be sub $4 anyways. We will have to see what that is when the market opens. But I assume it's going to be more than $5. But anyways, so you could try that. You could try it right at $4 or 3.5 and you could sell that. Start just trying to get some money. Also, what about NXC? How much is that? No. Yep, there we go. So I would take a look at that. The IV is very, 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 very high. So that's good for you. Good for us. Interesting. So, what are we looking at? 125. Jeez, you kidding me? Well, check it out. Check the NXE out. I think it could be interesting to do that on. It is sub $4. Seems like it's got a really high IV. Oh, that's why the other one wasn't paying much, because it was probably on 0 days till expiration. A lot of things expiring today. I asked your thoughts on Solo in Discord. If you've already answered, my bad. I know you're selling calls, but I'm curious what are your thoughts are on the price drop. I think it's good to buy. It's electric. I mean, it's going back up. It definitely was down, so it's a pretty good time to buy it. I mean, when the market goes down, there's not much we can do. It just is going to do that sometimes. So we have to be careful and not be in too many short options expirations cycles, because we're really going to get killed when the market goes down like that, as you can see. But, especially if a lot of those positions were expiring today and the market was still down. But we should see a nice little jump back up. But overall, yeah, I'm still in for solo. I think it should probably get back up into this parallel channel. Prefer to look at this on the day chart. But yeah, it's definitely pretty low right now. But I think it could maybe take some time until the next EV push. But overall, I think this could be good. I think we could easily see a $9-10 solo. So yeah, I would definitely be buying it. You could sell some puts right now too. I don't believe I have those anymore. Do I? Yeah, I do. But it expires in a while, so March 5th, mine do. My strike is $9, so we'll see what happens, but that's all good. THCX, that's going to expire today. Nothing I can do about that. But yeah, I'm really kind of interested in this GEVO, see what happens. So I need to pay attention during the when the market opens. Sounds good. Well, anyways, guys, I appreciate everybody coming here. What time is it? Seems like we just have a little bit left. 12 minutes left. So, pretty excited about this. Pretty excited. I don't know if we're going to be able to take any profits today, but we're going to be doing some things, though. So again, if you guys are just joining, I want to get into some leaps for ARK-K, ARK-F, ARK-W, and basically just dollar cost averaging into some and picking some new ones up because things are down a little bit right now. So when things are down, I put my money towards the stocks or the ETFs that I really believe that for the long term. GEVO I've got right now, and I'm selling 9 contracts of puts, so I might want to trim that down a little bit because it's expiring today. And my ACTC is thinking about going ahead and roll my ACTC covered call because we're up almost 100%. So yeah, I mean, I think what I want to do now, to be honest with you, is just post the screenshots instead of doing the Excel, because the Excel it's complicated. It takes time away from me doing something else, and it doesn't really give a very accurate representation of the covered calls and the condors and stuff. So I feel like we could probably do a custom for like a 1-day profit loss. Like, for example, yesterday I made 1,300 in stocks, but I was down 25 in options. I don't really understand that. I totally don't understand that. Let's see the 5-day. The 5-day makes sense because I'm down 16,000 in stocks. Let me see if that's accurate. Yeah, I guess that's about accurate. Not including the pre-market. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on here. But, I don't know. I'm trying to find it. So this, oh, okay, yeah, so it should be accurate because this is today, so I'm up 14 and the options are 0 because they haven't opened yet. So I think I might just take a big screenshot of everything here. Although that's pretty big. Might need to do a couple of them because I don't think I can export this list. Although if I can export the list, then, you know, that would be even better. But I think I'm gonna move past the Excel because it's just a waste of time and I forget some things like the GEVO. And you know, it's hard to represent condors, selling puts, buying puts, selling calls, buying calls, iron condors, getting assigned, and it's hard to represent that all in just the same spreadsheet. Probably there's a better way, but I'm not an expert on those things. Anyways, hope that's okay with you guys if I change that up. But anyways, let's go ahead and look. We got about 10 minutes left, 9 minutes left, and see what's going on. Pre-market print's moving up nicely, so that's good. It don't look like we might be able to get any more of those today, unless it dips. ARK-F is moving up. ARK-W, ARK-G, they're all moving up, but that's okay. We're gonna hurry up and get some of those before they move up even more. I would not be surprised if it. I mean, we're at like up 2% right now. and these are up 1.5, 1.3, 1.6. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if those just shoot up even more. Arc Q, the robot one, is up 2% actually. And Arc K is 1.7, so that's cool. That is not bad. Anyways, guys, I appreciate everything. Go ahead and, if you appreciate me, go ahead and send me a tip. If you're using my picks and you're making some money, go ahead and send me $1. I don't need much, but anything is appreciated, and the links are all in the description. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit the like button for this. It really helps me out. And subscribe, please, because I need some more. I need some more followers. Check out all the videos I post on YouTube. I do the end of the day recaps for the Journey to $1 Million. That's the official Journey to $1 Million videos. But also I post those write-ups on my blog. So it doesn't matter if you're into the video style, commentary, or if you just like to read really quick for yourself. But for sure, you can check out both of those. So I really appreciate you guys. Zach, have you looked into DRI or Ruth lately? Came across iBuy, and it's a low volume ETF and has similar gains to ARK ETFs. Any thoughts? I like ETFs. iBuy. Online retail, huh? Interesting. Online retail is interesting, especially in Corona. Nice. That's a good find. Not bad. And yeah, for sure, it's from 33 to 141. That's a lot. I like that one. I'm gonna add that to my ETF watch list. Thank you. Love ETFs. I really do. I mean, ETFs are not boring. ETFs, it's not chump change. We can make a lot of money from the ARK ETFs. Maybe iBuy, SOXL, TECL. I mean, we can make a lot of money from those ETFs, and also it's just so diversified. Holds Alibaba and Amazon as well. Okay. I'm liking that one, although I don't really like Alibaba so much. Not right now, at least, but hopefully that all works out with Jack Ma. But who knows? Don't really know what the Chinese government is going to do. Cannot predict that. All right. Just waiting a few more minutes for the markets to open. Yeah, let me check out the Ruth then. RUTH. Hospitality? Not so interested in hospitality. DRI? Olive Garden? Not really into it. Not into it. I mean, think about it. It just recovered from the COVID crash. On the other hand, we're an SOXL, which I really like, or even TECL, or whatever, ARK, or whatever. It's been recovered for quite a while. But, you know, there are other things that just have so much more growth potential. You know, that was ARK K. So I'm just not really interested in that brick and mortar restaurants, hospitality and stuff. Yeah. No thanks on the hospitality, guys. I'm more of tech and innovation, if you haven't noticed, and semiconductors. And that's just how I like it. That's just how I like it. And apparently Tesla, too. I have too much exposure, but whatever. Lemonade's going up. That's cool. Moon. Leaps on distressed markets like oil. I'm not interested in that. That could be interesting. I just think there's other things we can make. Like, if you can make 100% doing hospitality, which you could have on those that we just looked at, or the oil. You could have, because they also crashed during COVID. You could have made 100%. You would have been like, yes. But also could have made 1,000% on Soxel, or even 500 on the technology sector ETFs, or just straight holding ARK for a year. We could do it on 140. So Moonshot ETF. Kidding me? Okay. So it didn't moonshot yet. It went from 25 to 50. It did 100%. I guess that's pretty good in only a couple of months. Huh. I mean, is that managed by Direction? No, it's DirXN. Okay. Do I have German stocks? No, I don't. Although there was that one German or Swiss, what was it, CSTA.U, the spec. Yeah, it was in the more of European, and I saw an interview with the manager. I'm pretty sure he was Swiss. This is your daily Generac reminder. They are backlogging. Monica, you're funny, but I feel like that's already too late, though. Don't you think so? I forgot what the ticker was. Can you remind me? So the moonshot is Direction? Well, okay. It's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, I mean, we could buy some just for the meme, because it's moonshot. Interesting. I need to look more into it. Could be very interesting. Alright. Markets are about to open. Let's get this started here. I'm going to run through this. Check anything. Probably not going to be able to take any profits, but try to get some of these orders put in before the market jumps up another 2, 4, 5%. Well, I mean, my portfolio at least. We're at 2% right now. I wouldn't be surprised if it jumps up to 3 or 4 relatively soon. I would be, because it's been a bad week. I would be surprised if it went down more today. But hey, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Okay, everybody, markets are open, and everybody, good luck. Soxel's up almost 5%. Prince almost 3. ACIC is also almost 3. Teckle is not. The tech is not doing very well. Thought it would be a little bit better than that, but we'll keep watching and see. Like, the TQQQ is only up 1% right now. Soxel seems like it's holding more or less. Okay, let me. Oh, okay, so yeah, this is actually going to update. So the profits for, oh, I see, because it's, this is the total, and this breaks it down. Oh, I like that. Okay, just realized that. All right, DraftKings is down 2.5%. This one is just annoying me, but hey, whatever. Ford down 10%. I think that improved a little bit, so we'll see about that. ARKG, RK. Okay, I want to get into the Palantir. Palantir 30, August 20th. Let's see what the market price is on that, because I actually have that working right now. Limit price is 6. Okay, let's look at the, let's look at the options really quick. August 20th. Calls. Yeah, I don't know. I might raise it to 6.5. It's up 10%. Palantir is up 10% right now. All right, let's go ahead and adjust this. I want to go up a little bit. Just modify it up to 6.5 really quick. Okay, that one's in. If it dips a little bit, then I'm happy. But if it doesn't, then it's all good because we already have 2 contracts. So I don't want to overexpose, and also I don't want to overpay. So I'm happy with that overall. Okay, let's look. What else is going on? Arcade, the GEVO. Okay, so I'm actually these 5 contracts. I mean, yeah, I could close that. What's GEVO doing? I really want to think about this one because that's kind of a lot of GEVO. 900 shares. I don't know if I want 900 shares to be honest with you, but I want something. And let's see what makes sense. I mean, it's definitely gapped up past above my buy zone. It's up 12% right now. So let me think about this. Yeah, we could close it. I mean, we're making money. We're up 62% on that position. I want to go ahead and close that right now. So set the limit order for, and I'm buying back. Buying to close, set the limit order, probably points, I don't know, let's just go 0.8 just to make sure it gets closed because I'm happy with any of those profits. Is better than nothing. Okay, let me take a picture of this, and it's in. And it filled at 0.8, okay. So that's fine. So we went ahead and closed that. That's going to be a decent profit right there. So let's go ahead and put that on the Twitter. GVO closed, I think, and I'm pretty sure it was around 60% profit, although I don't have time to calculate it exactly right now. And I'm pretty sure we closed all of those. So let me go ahead and double check that. The GEVO, where are you? Yep, I only got 1 left, and I'm okay with buying 400. So that's only for 400 shares, and that's today. That's expiring today, so I'm okay with buying 400, but I didn't really want 900. But nevertheless, the Palantir is up 3% now. Net is up 10%, so that's doing pretty good. Reggie, we'll see about that. Apple, it's just still sucking. Lemonade vertical spread, only down 1.5%, so that's improved a lot. I assume Lemonade is up a decent amount right now. And yeah, it's up 3%. Okie dokie, let's see. Lee, don't want to mess with that. LAC seems like it's improving. Okay, let me go ahead and check. Okay, looks like we're up about 2.45% right now, totally. Yeah, I really like this. It's the profits, the breakdown of the profits, which this is the profits for the day, and this is the breakdown of it for the day. So I'm up 2,000 on options and 15,000 on the stock. So that's cool. I didn't even realize I could do that. Should have been doing that before. But anyways, my ARK is 10%, so that's the really long leap. So I actually want to go ahead and try to pick some of those up before it goes up even more, because overall this week it's still down. I do expect it to be bouncing today. I don't know how much it's going to bounce, but I expect it to bounce some. So let's... Oh, I always misclick here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this. It's a really long leap. And it was a 145 strike. So that's selling for around 45 right now. Let's see, what was my cost basis on that? My cost basis was 45.80. No, that was the last price. My cost basis was 41.50. Well, I should have known. Yeah, I could just look at that from now on. That would save me a lot of time. All right, yeah. I've been on Webull for a little over a month, but still learning the most efficient way to do everything, which I like to be efficient. So that's cool. But anyways, so I don't know. I mean, we could, the ask is 43.70. So I mean, that's more interesting. I don't know if that's going to hit, but we're going to go ahead and place that anyways. So let's go ahead and send it. Let's go ahead and send it. So now let me post that to Twitter. The RK. All right, that's off on the Twitter. All right, what else is going on? Let's see. The space is cool right now. It's good enough for me. Okay, it looks like the AMD Condor is working out now. It is 9, we're almost up 9% on that AMD Condor. I don't know if you guys were following along on that, but this is finally doing all right. And let's see, the AMD price is what? I don't even know how to tell on this screen here. Does it just tell us really simply? Probably. But I don't see anything though. Yeah, whatever. Let's just go over to it. So it's $89.37. So $89.37. We're gonna wait a little bit. We're gonna wait for it to get a little like 90.91. I think that would be good. But we're up 12% on this now. Now for the condors, I'm not going to wait until the 25, 50, and 75. Anyways, I only have one of these, so we'll see how it goes. But if AMD can get up there a little bit, then it would be better. Yeah. Cannot really take any profits on anything right now, but I do want to go ahead and close this ACTC covered call. Just go ahead and close it out for 3 cents. So buy it back, I mean. So let's go ahead and buy this back. Yeah, because I want to roll it out right now. I don't want to wait until Monday. So that one went ahead and filled for 4 cents. So it cost me $4 to buy it back. But I made 97% profit. ACTC covered call closed at 97% profit. Okay. So yeah, I don't want to wait until Monday because it's going to expire at the end of the trading day. But I'm thinking like, no, because everything's going up now. So the IV is probably really high on ACTC right now. So I want to go ahead and sell it while it's up. Sell it while it's shooting up. In the act of going up. So my ACTC should be freed up. Yep, I got the 100 shares freed up now. And it only cost me $4 to free it up. So I missed out on the $4 extra that I could have made the end of the trading day today. So whatever. And so now I can just turn around and go ahead and sell another one while the IV is high. So I want to sell another one for 28 days out. Calls. Yeah, the IV is 110%. That's $25. I don't want to do $25 though. $30. 1 month though, you know. I could even do 35. I mean, I still get. I'm gonna put it in for 1. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it for 35. So that's kind of a little bit far, but it's okay because. Yeah, let's see if it hits. Let's see if it hits for $1 because it's $100. Let's pull up the calculator. So $100 divided by the market price is what, $24.54? So it's 4%. That's okay, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could do $30. Oh, decisions. I need to act fast because there's other things to do though. So let's see. I don't know. 30. I mean, that's what the break even is. What on 35? It's 45% or 27%. Really, that's what I'm deciding. Yeah, I want to do this. Just do the safer one, I guess. But I guess if it sells, I don't really mind. So, change my mind. Gonna do this one, but I'm gonna do it at 150. It's not that much money more. Cannot decide. Maybe I should wait till Monday, actually. Now that I think about it. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and sell that cover call. That one's off. $28 days till expiration, and what was that? The strike was, I did the 35 at $1. 35 strike at $1 limit. I mean, if that hits, it's okay. It's like about 4% ROI on that. You're not gonna get rich quick selling covered calls, but I guess it's get rich slow. All right. Well, anyways, now that that's going on, let's see what else I want to do that on. I don't want to do that on the THCX. Lee, Lemonade, Apple, still sucking, huh? Really? Okay, we're almost even for the day. Better than not. Interesting. Palantir. The GVO, we only have one left. We're going to get assigned on that today. So, congratulations. We're about to own 400 shares of Palantir at $13. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I still believe in that. AMD Condor is 11, down 11% now. Let's see what's going on. So, yeah, it dropped a little bit. Not that much, though, but we'll see. Interesting. The Condors, I want to wait until that gets up to 91, 92. Because remember, on that one, the graph. Anyways, we'll take a look. We'll review that later. DraftKings vertical spread. See if I can close that. See if I can get any money for that 75 strike. Probably not. Well, the ARC-G we could dollar cost average more right now. I have 2 positions though. Nah. The net is doing good. Palantir is doing good. Not very surprised. Pretty much it. Let me see the to-do list. So we put in the order for the... We put in the order for ARC-K. So that's cool right now. And then I still want to do the ARC-F and ARC-W. And also the GEVO, we did close that. So I can take that off my list. And then the ACTC, we are trying to reopen it actually. Okay. So it's kind of like we rolled it out. Anyway, so yeah, let's look at the ARC-W and ARC-F while we have a chance here. Because the ARC-W has the Palantir, and then the ARC-F is the FinTech one, so both are very interesting. 1.1%. Yeah, I want to go ahead and start dollar cost averaging, even see what's going on with it. But Soxol is up 6%, so that's good. Print is up. Not surprised. ACIC is up. ACTC is up. The robotics ARC is up. ARC-Q. WF is not. Dow Jones is not doing all that well, but hey, it's the Dow Jones. What do you expect? Tesla's up. Praise the baby Jesus. All right, so let's see. ARC-F. So I want to go ahead and do a leap on the ARC-F. See how much that's going to cost us. I don't know. What do we want? What do we want? We want a 65. We want a 70. It's not very expensive. Yeah, we can go ahead and get a 70. We can get deeper in the money though. It's not expensive. Wow. And that's 700 days out, guys. That's pretty good. I guess it makes sense because it's only $62 per share. But yeah, I don't want to get too deep in the money because that's not exciting. But we can go ahead and get a 55 strike on that. I'll just get one contract right now, and if it dips down, I can get another one. Yeah, I think that seems pretty good. So, oops, hold on, let me think what I want to buy it for. Okay, I definitely want to try to get it for 20 at the most. So let's go ahead and do that. I usually try, if I'm just, I usually try to get in the middle or maybe at the very bottom if I'm not in a rush. But I don't ever want to do a market. All right, let's go ahead and get that posted on the Twitter. ARC-F. Leaps. All right, it's on the Twitter. Now let's move on to ARC-W. While it's still down for the week. The next generation internet. This one Surprises. Yeah, it's up 1.5 or 1.55. So we can't get a leaps on this, so that's kind of sad. And this is the one with the delta was like a 1. So I really don't understand that. So that's obviously an error on Weeble's part, I guess. But just to play that relatively, so I don't know, I'm kind of going on this blind. If you guys are on a different broker, could you check the delta for the 150 strike, or find me whatever a 70 delta is? Like which strike for the 301 days out is a 70 delta if you guys are on another broker right now. Any market crash hedges for this morning? I'm getting quite interested in Sundial. Yeah, I mean, if it's back to normal prices, but it's probably past its time, though. Because it was getting pumped up. Yeah. I mean, it's probably... Yeah, I mean, sure, why not, but... I would just prefer to do an ETF because those small cap 420 stocks are pretty volatile, as you can see. Yeah, I want to do the PSTH for sure. Good idea. I would like it to go down a little bit more because remember, this is totally on rumors. So I would like for it to go down a little bit more. Corsair is a monthly low. CRSR. Corsair Gaming. Not very interesting. It's kind of looking a little bit flat. I don't want to get into anything that right. Okay, so 48. The ARC W. I want to know, because Webull is not showing me what the delta is on the 301 day till expiration. So if you can check the ARC W on TD or whatever, on a different broker, at the 150 strike, what's the delta? I don't need to know the what it's trading for. Is it 160 is a 70 delta? Okay, thanks, Jane. 160. Okay, that's what I need to know. So you said, and that's at 300 days. 300 days. 160 is a 70 delta. Okay, that's the one I want. I want a 70 delta, and I want to buy that. I don't want to buy it for 48, but I would buy it for probably. Let's go ahead and get it in for 40 if we can. I don't know. Maybe we can up it a little bit here. I'll pay 42 for it. All right, let's go ahead and get that in. Now remember, guys, delta is that just means the exposure you're getting. So this is a 70 delta. So that means this contract is pretty much like I'm holding 70 stocks of ARCW. But it's for probably half or a third of the cost of what 70 stocks of ARCW would actually cost. So I don't know if that was going to hit because I put it in at 42. But if things correct a little bit coming up here, then we might actually get one of these to hit. And that's all I want. I just want, because I sit here every day and I can put in orders and try to get them cheap. So I'm always not in a rush to get these things. We already have a lot of these positions anyways. So let me, yeah, the max is December 21. All right, so let's see. So we're pulling back a little bit. So that could be interesting chance for some of these things to hit. But we're still up 2%, so that's good. So let's see. Working, we got an ARC W, ARC F, we got an ARC K, working orders. DraftKings is stupid. ACTC, we want to try to sell that covered call, so let's see if that hits. Palantir, we want to average down. NNDM, we're buying shares. Print, we're trying to buy shares too if it drops. So the way I think about delta is the exposure to the underlying. So usually people would use the delta to calculate like how much of the contracts would be needed to hedge a position. But because it just means how much exposure it is. So pretty much if the delta, it was Well, that's a bad example because it didn't even have it. So let's look at the ARK-K. So if we go out like really far, 700 days, which we were doing, and we were at a 66 delta right here. So that's basically like saying this is exposure to 66 stocks of the underlying, which at the market price, it would cost $151, let's just say, per share. So that's a total of about $10,000 it would take to usually buy 66 shares. Now, this contract is not going to cost $10,000. It's only going to cost us around $4,500, $4,800. But it's still going to act the same as if you were holding those 66 shares. I mean, that's the whole point, because delta is typically used for calculating a hedge on something like that, on some of your positions if you want to hedge. But for me, that's the way I think about it for the leaps. But anyways, so yeah, now let's see what else we got to do today. Pretty much it. Done everything that I want to do. Now let's see if we can find some new ideas. Seems like everything's chilling out a little bit. So our DraftKings is up a little bit. We're going to keep that. We have plenty of time on that vertical. Once it gets to 80, we will probably just go ahead and sell that. Maybe even sooner. We'll see. The Ford. Oh, that just reminds me on that DraftKings. I want to modify this, and I want to sell it for $0. The limit order, at least. See if it hits. It must be greater than 0. Can I even make it sell it for 1 penny? I guess I can. Let's see if I can do that. That's not even going to hit for a penny. Hey, nobody wants that one anymore. Anyways, let's see if we can get lucky and take any profits today. ARK-G is down 5%, huh? I guess I could get another one of those. I wouldn't be opposed to more of the genomics. You know what? The ARK-G, yeah. So that last price was $24.95. So, you know what? It's better just to take a look at this and decide. 300 days out. It was this one. Yep. Maybe we could get that for 24. Let's try. Pick up one more contract. Why not? Technically, it's still down, so I will get another one. And it's 300 days out, so let's go ahead and do that then. Yep, Tesla does have super debatable valuation, but I'm also, the more that I think about it, to be honest with you, the more that I agree. Of course, I was questioning when Tesla was falling these days, because I do have 100 shares. But the more that I thought about it, the more that I agree, because if you guys don't know, I actually live in Shanghai, China, and Teslas are immensely popular. They are like the Model 3s. I literally see one every 5 seconds drive down the street. So, you know, I think that once the Model 2 comes out, once they break into India, well, I mean, once the Model 2 comes out in China, I think that this is huge bullish case for Tesla. So, you know, I think I agree with her on that one, but. You know, also the ride sharing, the robo, they have all the data. Like, don't forget, they have been collecting the data for the AI, for their the autonomous driving. So once the shift happens to more less individual ownership of cars, then I would think that would push the price up, because they would be a leader in this since they have all the quality data. TRXC is up above $5, 13%. So yeah, anyways, everybody's got, like you said, it's highly debatable, but I personally am bullish on it. I have over 100 shares of ARC-F, thinking of selling a call. Yeah, that's a good question. I like it. Let's see. Let's just do the math. So if, obviously don't do 0 days because you ain't gonna get any money. But if we do 7 days, well, first of all, let's do a little bit of TA here. Okay, let's just assume it's gonna hold this. So 7, in which it might not, but let's just assume it would. And then the second level of support could be something like that. But that's, I doubt it though for this. Or maybe we could try to find some support in that gap. So something like that. Let's just assume it holds this support and it keeps going up. 7 days later, if it stays on, and obviously this is assuming it stays on this slope. We got 1, 2. So it's the 19th. It would be the 26th. So okay. So right around 65. You could sell over that. So maybe 70. 7 days out, 70. That's a call. I mean, it's not going for very much money. The 65, you could try it, and it depends if you want to sell, if you're okay with selling these or not. But I would do probably something like that just to make it a little bit worthwhile. It's just one of those. You could do further. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You could do 35 days out. You could do a 70, 75. Try to get a limit order for $1, $1.40 here. And it's up to you, but I wouldn't, for selling calls, I wouldn't necessarily do so far out. You could do 14 days as well. Those are more interesting. You could do a 70, 65. You might have to roll it though. Those aren't really paying very much. It is what it is. Okay, let's see what's going up. My portfolio, a lot of my options are up a lot today. Palantir's heading towards 25. Soxwell's up 6 1/3. Print's up 4 3/4. All this good stuff. Seems good. Okay. Well, we're heading towards 3%, so that's good news. The AMD Condor is still not doing very well. What's going on, AMD? You were just up. Our Condor was just up 11%. Yeah, it's dropping. Yeah, anyways, it is what it is. We will just wait. Yeah, those Condors are a little bit trickier. Oh, my AMD Condor is down 40%. That's too bad. It was up 11. Yeah, those Condors are different type of game, but we really need it to get to like 90, 91. But anyways, we have time. We have until April, so it's all good. We're gonna keep waiting. Yep. How's the Lemonade doing? It's still down 10%. Apple is getting a little bit better. Cannot really take any profits today because it's down so much. It's going to take a while. The solo covered call, we're at 36. We could try to roll it out, but I think there's no point. The Tesla one we could also roll. Yeah. THCX one, nope. Yeah, I mean, there's not much that we can do. I don't really see a need to open any more limit orders. We're doing pretty well. I mean, considering how much the markets were down this week. Can I show an example of how one can get exposure to Art K Fund with $1,000? That is an excellent question. Those are the type of questions I like. Yep. Okay. $1,000, huh? It depends if you want risky exposure or safe exposure. Jane and Clarissa. But let's see. You could do 167 strike, 119 days out, so that expires in June, so that gives you, I don't know, what, March, April, May, like 3.5, 4 months. That costs right around $1,000. Delta is a 40. IV is not very high, it's 45. I mean, what do you expect? Could be interesting. The question is, do you think it's going to hit 167? Well, I mean, your break even would be what? Your break even is 177, so you need it to go up 17.5%. I don't think it's bad. Could be interesting. I mean, what was it? What did we say? Your break even was what? I already forgot. 177. So it was right around here. And it's like way out too. It's even past this chart until June something, right? June 18th. So right here at 177. Right at that little thing. So that would be what you're shooting for. So even if it stayed, you would need it to do something like this type of slope. But so far it's doing something like this. So the slope is actually steeper than what you need, but that all can change. But it's interesting for $1,000. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to do what you got to do. I think it makes a lot of sense. Did you, Missy, say you reside in China? Did you just say? Yep. ASO seems like steady growth. EVRI has been coming back after the COVID dip. I think I may put more into EVRI once my Webull account gets up and running. EVRI? Let's check it out. Every Holdings? Oh. Interesting. Casinos, gaming. The company operates through two segments, games and fintech. The company provides video and mechanical real gaming content and technology solutions, integrated gaming payment solutions, and compliance and efficiency software. Its games segments provide solutions directly to gaming establishments to offer its patrons gaming entertainment related experiences. Interesting. Wow, that took a huge dive. It's just recovered from COVID. Interesting. I mean, so you want to put some money into that? Okay. Man, it went down to 155. It's up a lot since the COVID dip, but cool. Well, let's see. Let's go on the watch list, start hunting for some plays that could be interesting. We have a decent amount of orders in too. The working order, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that one doesn't count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 in already. Don't want to overdo it. Over trading is not the best idea. But here's something interesting. LIT is down. Okay. Well, maybe it'll go down more into our buy zone. Let's just wait and see. The lithium ETF could be interesting. Etsy. Yeah, we can look at it. Yeah, I think it would be an alright buy. I mean, pretty much that's what the graphs we're looking at. If you're really bullish on this one, then for sure you can get into it now. So, yeah. Because, I mean, it's dipped, so, for sure. Because if we try to find a support, I mean, it's pretty clear that that's some sort of support. So, yeah. And then also, so it's a parallel channel it's trading in. So this is a decent support. Yeah, it looks interesting. Not for me, but looks good if you're really bullish on it. Are you on 45,000 of margin per your cash balance? What do you mean? Yeah, I have 44,000, 45,000 in margin right now. That's right. I can go up to around 6. Sometimes it's 700,000, sometimes it's 6. It always fluctuates. I'm sure they have some sort of algorithm that I don't know to calculate that, but yeah. That's right. I wouldn't necessarily recommend trading with margin, although I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because I just do a little bit. Because I can easily sell some positions if I really, really, really need to. I can liquidate a lot of positions to pay it back. But mainly I use it for options, just for getting in and getting out really quick. Or even some leaps. We're doing a lot of those lately, but yeah, I'm not so, I don't feel like it's so risky because it's in relative to my portfolio, it's not that much, and also I have probably about 150 in cash reserves to back it up if anything happens. Yeah. The sub Z. Oh, that's interesting. Nice. It's $15. It's pretty cheap. Streaming companies. How do you learn the technical analysis? I mean, mostly I'm just looking for supports. Don't put too much thought into it, because after all, we're just looking for some basic support. We're not doing anything crazy. But just over the years, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this since 2011. But I used to do a lot more technical analysis, but now I don't do as much because I realize that the fundamental analysis is so much more important. Buying a leap for the first time. Buy ARC, January 22, 135 call, 70 delta. Am I doing this right? ARC K. Yeah, we can check it out. I'm not very interested in this sub-Z, to be honest with you. Could be good. Could be very good. But I don't know so much about it, so I'll say wait. So you're saying you're doing a January 22? Where? This one, huh? You're doing 135 call. 70 delta, I see. It's a 68. Yeah, I think that's good. Technically, it's not a leap because it's less than a year, but yeah, that would be it. You could go out further, 700 days, but it doesn't matter. Thoughts on Clove? Yeah, it was down a lot, wasn't it? I took this one off my watch list because I wanted to wait and see. Because look, it was the resistance was just going down, down, down. So I took it off my watch list. It's really unfortunate. But it's coming back down to the average price that it was. So we're just going to have to wait and see that one. The NXE one... Wait a minute. Apple's up. 0.15%. Great. Yeah, this one is that nuclear play. For the calls, 28 days out, I mean, 176 IV. We could make, cost us 373 to get into it, and then we could get paid 20 on that. 20 divided by 373 is 5%. Oh, that's not even that good. I thought it was going to be better. Oh well. Anyways, Pershing, it's not going to drop. I'm not interested. Well, let's see. Well, hold on. Look at my notes. How about Workhorse? Oof, it's up a lot. Might be bouncing back though. How about Lee though? Lee's bouncing back. That's good. And Tesla. Yeah. Okay, so that's interesting that Workhorse is. It's up 10% actually. That's quite a lot. Let's see, if target of 40, I don't know how fast it's going to get up there. Give it a month, maybe 56 days. Break even, we want the break even at 40. I don't know, it's start to get a little bit expensive. 700 something dollars, 35, 36 out of the money, but it could do it. That's about 2 months from the bottom to the top, almost of the top. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting. But anyways, it's gone up 10%. It might be a little bit too late. Those premiums are a little bit expensive. Let's see, what else did I write down to look at? How about Neo? It's been a long time since we looked at that. Kind of looks the same as Lee. I mean, they all look similar. All the EVs, they're all act somewhat the same. Just how it is. Well, let's see what else. How's the Palantir doing? Palantir is up 11%. That's pretty good. It was in my buy zone. We bought some, and it's going up. Pretty happy about that overall. So let's see it get pumped. Let's go, Wall Street bets. Soxel's up 6%. Nice. How about this one? OZON. This is like the Russian Amazon. Yes, e-commerce in Russia. We could do some of these e-commerce plays like OZON. It's an interesting time to buy it. Let me think about that. We could do some options on it, or we could just buy common. Or we could sell puts. 65, nah, it's not going to be worth it. This one could be, though. It's a month out. 65. Could lower our cost base. It's a decent amount. Could be interesting. It could be interesting. The AMD Condor is so volatile. I know, right? Yeah. Wow. It just swung from like 11 down to plus 11 down to like a negative 40 and then back to 444, which is the bad luck. I don't really like volatile things, to be honest with you. What is AMD at? Why is it doing that? It's going back up though, so makes sense. That's quite volatile. Just like a 30-cent change in the underlying. It swung almost. Well, let's see actually. Yep, it was like this. So it was up 11%. It went down to negative 40. So it went from 89.75 down to 88. Yeah. So 90 cents. 50 to 90 cents whenever we were looking at it. That was swinging pretty hard. Well, hey. I'm not the biggest fan of condors, but if something's trading flat, it can be interesting, but it's just the psychology. Because I always just focus on looking for things that go up. At least I think it's going to go up. But yeah, I mean, we can use condors in good ways. Anyways, let's keep our eye on that one. Art K is up, or Leap is up to 13 now. That's good. Yeah, that's right. How's the space doing? 51. Okay. That's interesting. It went all the way down to the very top of our buy zone and bounced on it. Well, anyways, best of luck to you, Space. If it ever does come back down, then it could be interesting. And if it doesn't, then we just keep this $5,000. So either way, that's fine with me. Yeah, and then now the AMD Condor is down 29%. It's crazy. But it's still got some time. Let's just wait that one out. Palantir is doing good. How about the DraftKings? It's not doing all that great. How is DraftKings doing? We might be able to get a leap on this. Could be interesting. Nice. Bounced off our support, exactly what we thought, and it's heading up. Down with Robin Hood. For sure. I get that, and he does. I'd like to learn what delta is for and why you'd pick a certain strike, etc. I'm new to option trading. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have some videos on those things, guys. You should check them out. And while you're checking them out, go ahead and subscribe so you can see some new videos. But, I mean, why I would pick the delta and the strike and everything like that, I mean, you got to think about it. Let's see, how can I explain? I mean, look, we want to find a support. So if this is the support and we think that, let's just say our target price is, I don't know, let's just say we think it can hit $66. So let's just put it right there. So when our slope that we think, which it is proved to us that it's bounced on the support. So let's just say we think it's going to hit our target price at, and that date, if you see on the bottom there, it is April 5th. So then we go over to options and think about what we're going to do here. So, it was April 5th, right? So we want to give ourselves, so this is April 1st. We want to give ourselves some wiggle room. So we don't want to do so close. We could do May or maybe even August, for example. So let's just go ahead and say August. But we're thinking maybe, we're estimating it could hit in April. So let's say we could try May. So basically, We would come over, and then what was our target price? Remind me, was $66. So we want to get somewhere around that for the break even. The break even of $66, right? Oh, those are puts. Sorry. $66. I mean, it's in the money right now, so that's the thing. These are a little bit expensive. But yeah, this is what, May 21st? The safe thing to do would probably be 65 because the break even is 71. So by May 21st, do we think it could hit 71? What was it? May what? May 21st? Yeah, we think it probably could be somewhere over here. High of 75. North of 75, I mean. So you kind of just do some estimation. Don't cut it too close. It's always better to pay a little bit more on the premiums and give yourself some extra time. It's always better for that. Give yourself some extra wiggle room in the strike price, some extra wiggle room in the expiration date. I think that's the way to do it. And the further out in the expiration dates, the safer it would be. But of course, those premiums are going to be more expensive. I don't do very many short-term ones, except for when I'm selling the covered calls. Then I would do shorter term. First-time viewer, wondering how much did you start with for the journey to $1 million? Well, I get asked that all the time, and there's two ways I usually answer that question. The first is, well, I started my investing journey in 2011. Someone that believed in me loaned me $500. So sometimes I say that, and then sometimes but I mean, if you're specifically asking about this account, because I didn't open this account in 2011, obviously, Webull didn't even exist back then. So yeah, I mean, in this specific account, I started at the beginning of 2020 with 300. Yep. Sky's got it right. Work off the support. I mean, yeah, basically, I'm not doing so many things for the technical analysis, except really just finding a support. Maybe a strong support would be better. Then just drag out the slope and just get some idea. Now, this is not going to work 100% of the time. You know, it's gonna blow through the buy zones. It's gonna blow through the support. It's not gonna hold every single time. This is technical analysis. This only works some of the time. It usually doesn't work. So take it with a grain of salt. But that's why I said give yourself some wiggle room in the strike. If you think it's gonna hit $75 and it's gonna intersect right at this date, well, give yourself an extra month. Give yourself 2 extra months, and give yourself some extra room in the strike price too. Because it's not always going to be like that. The safer it is to go way far out. I mean, pretty much it's going to be like that. Do I make the money from the options or long equity? I'm making money from both. Like, for example, today I'm up 21, which is almost 3%. 87% of that profit came from stock. 13% came from options. But keep in mind, I'm only using 21,000 working capital for options at this moment. So today it's up more than 10%. We did more than 10% on options today. I mean, at least it's went up that much. But so far this week it's down. Trust me. So we're probably still negative this week. I mean, negative overall this week for sure. I mean, if we go on the 5-day here, yeah, we're still down 16 this week. And for the options, we're down 3. 16 overall. We're down 3 on the options and 13 on the stocks. So, I mean, it's a little bit of both. It is a little bit of both. But nevertheless, most is coming from the common stock that I'm buying and holding. It's the safest thing. I think I'm holding a lot of good ones. If you're a follower, you'll probably know a lot of the ones I'm holding, actually. You'll know what I'm really bullish on, what I like the most, if you've been following this journey. But I appreciate you guys tuning in for the first time. That's awesome. Appreciate that. And make sure you're following on the Twitter because I post all the trades we're doing over there. So in case you don't catch the live stream one day, you can actually see the trades. I take the screenshots and I post them on Twitter. So I do appreciate you guys. I do appreciate you guys a lot. And we just did the merch giveaway, and we actually had a winner finally. Someone didn't. The first winner that I picked randomly, they never replied, so just had to pick someone else yesterday. So we got that going, and we're gonna do another one once we hit 1,500 subscribers. But we're gonna keep doing it all the way up. You guys are helping me out a lot, so I will definitely give back. For sure. Give back to you guys. At least as much as I can. But anyways, if you do appreciate what we're doing, go ahead and subscribe. This AMD Condor is crazy. What's going to happen after I hit 1 million? Journey to 2 million. I don't know. I periodically I'll divest from the stocks and buy real estate. Currently, I have some real estate investments, so I might just keep sinking money into real estate. Although, probably better to wait just in case the interest rates get raised and it crashes. But we'll see. So I don't know. I personally like the stocks. I mean, we can always go into a hedge position too, just in case the markets crash. But I don't even think. I mean, obviously, if the markets are going down this week, like the entire internet thinks this is going to be a huge crash. But I'm not. I don't tend to think like that. But eventually it will crash. It's just a matter of time. Could be years though. But anyways, we could take a hedge on, for example, tech sector, which we have a lot of tech, so it could be interesting to take a hedge on the tech sector. So let's go puts. Let's give ourselves a year and a half almost. We could sell a put for this. It would cost us, buy a put. Says it would cost us $465, but I would set a limit order lower than that because I'm totally not in a rush to buy this hedge. But those are just kind of the insurance policies that I talked about before. You kind of just, it costs $120, let's just say. You just buy a couple of them. So if we set a limit order for 120, because that was what it last went for. So we could get 5, we could get 10 of these. It cost us $1,200, but just imagine if there was a huge crash and the market price is 136, just imagine if it lost half of its value and went all the way down to, I don't know, maybe 70, 75. And just imagine if at the money was 65. Well, we bought this for $120, but at the money is actually going for almost $1,800. And this IV is so low right now, but just imagine if it really did lose 50% of its value in a huge crash. The IV is going to be so high. So in actuality, that's going to be much higher. At the money, it's going to be much higher than $1,800. So if you do the math on that, and this is how you would calculate a hedge. Just a really fast way to do it, just kind of guesstimating. But yeah, so what is like 1,800? We put in 120, cost us 120. That's like 15x right there. But like I said, in actuality, that IV is going to skyrocket. So at the money would actually probably be twice that, maybe even more. Who knows? So I would say you could probably do around 15, 20x. But let's just say you did 15x and the IV didn't change. So 15x on, if we got 10 of these, cost us $1,200. So that's the insurance policy of $1,200 pretty much. We could probably do about 18,000. So that's just a basic way of how you would think about doing a hedge. And you don't have to hedge your entire portfolio, but you can start taking little insurance policies out. Depends. It depends if you want fire damage. It depends if you want like hurricane damage or flood, or if you want everything totally, then you would take out more hedges. But pretty much I would do something like that, and then I'd probably look into SMH, a hedge in SMH, just because my portfolio was really heavy in this. But just keep in mind, if it doesn't crash, you're going to lose that money. But that's what happens if you don't use your insurance. If you have home insurance or car insurance and you're paying every month for your car insurance, but you don't have a car crash, you're just losing that money. That's just how it is. But on the SMH, we could get a really cheap one at 146, and it doesn't have to drop all the way to like an 85 strike, for example. It could drop to $100 strike, but these would still skyrocket, and it's really cheap. It only costs us 146. People are buying them. People are asking, they're bidding on it at 19 cents, thinking they're thinking they want to get a really cheap hedge and hold this for 2 years, because they're saying, I think the market is going to crash hugely in the next 2 years. So that's pretty much how you would do it. You could get some for SMH if you have a lot of semis. You could get an XLK. You could get if you have a lot of tech. You could get a QQQ if you have some NASDAQ, or just a SPY hedge. I mean, a lot of ways you could. Could you teach us how to hedge when the headwind's coming? Yeah, hey, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, but I mean, pretty much like that. You would just buy the puts, really cheap puts, way out of the money. Because you don't want to put too much money into this, because I always think this is probably we're going to lose it, but it makes us feel safe knowing that if the markets do crash, actually we're going to make some money on these puts. These are going to skyrocket. So it just depends on how much you want to hedge. Just for example, I could do an example on maybe TQQQ, because I have about 1,000 shares of these. So if I did a 2 years out, maybe a year and a half, let's just say, it's too crazy. I don't know, maybe 2 years is good, but it's more expensive. So here's a 30 strike put. So costs about 430. So let's just change this to 430. And that's the middle. And so now I need to calculate how many of these do I need. Well, one way to do it is, well, I have, what's my market value for the TQQ that I own? The TQQ market is 111,000. So that's kind of a lot. I need to rebalance these things, but I need to do that a little bit later on though. But anyways, okay. So pull out the calculator. So if the market, because 2008 the markets crashed by 50%. So let's just say that happens again. A really bad one like 2008. So my 111 would be, let's just say it goes down to 55, just lost half of its value, which it might be more because this is a 3x ETF, but let's just get a rough estimate. So I would lose about $55,000. So I need to buy enough where I think I can make about that. So if it lost about half, it would go down to right around here. So I think this would probably be worth $20 out of the money, 105, right around here. So 1622 as of right now, but I do think the IV would shoot up a lot on those. So about 1600 from 400. That's not even that good, but yeah. So I would assume we could probably do, and this is just guesstimating, I would assume we probably could do about 10x, including the IV that would shoot up. I would say probably around 10x. So $430 times 10 is $4,300. So I would need to make around 55,000 back up. And this is just rough work, but I think it works out because we don't necessarily need to hedge our entire portfolio, but at least take out some of these so it's not so bad when they drop off. Not to mention, I think the IV will shoot up massively, and I think it'll make up for it. The premiums will be very expensive at that point, especially the puts. But we would need to take out about 12 or 13 of these, and that's just rough work, so I probably wouldn't even do all. I'd probably do like 8 to 10. I don't want to do too much because it's just a waste of money, so I'd probably do like 8 maybe. So that should get a rough guesstimate work of hedging of my TQQ holdings. But I mean, I have some other technology stocks, for example, Tesla and things like that. So I might want to just to get a little bit more so I can make even more money if the other things in my portfolio lose value. So for me personally, just a simple way to do it, if I have a lot of semiconductors in my portfolio, no matter if I'm holding AMD, no matter if even if I have an AMD Condor, just any kind of semiconductor ETF. But if I have a heavy in semiconductors, I'm just going to go to the SMH, shaking my head, and I'm just going to go ahead and buy those really cheap out of the money puts, just in general. I don't want to go through every single thing and buy it. I mean, you can literally hedge it exactly what it is, but for me, I probably wouldn't do that. I would probably just do an SMH because I'm heavy in SMH. I'd probably do a triple Q because I'm heavy in NASDAQ and tech, and then I'd probably do another smaller one on XLK, which is tech. Probably would do something like that. Just to get a generalized, hey, these puts are going to be worth a lot of money. I mean, they could even 50x because of the IV. I would say I wouldn't be surprised if they 50x. Maybe 20x would be better to say. But at least I think they would 10x, depending on how much the market crashes. Palantir is really hitting it off, really. Let me check it out. That's cool. We have some positions, although I guess we're not going to get any more. But that's okay. Yeah, 13%. That's nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyways, nothing else is hidden for us. We still have all of these working, but that's okay. We're going to just ride this out. We're up 3%, so we're feeling pretty good. And that's what I expected. I expected, because we're open at like up 2%, so I expected it to keep going up. But anyways, sounds good. I don't really want to do too much else because we already got a lot of these things in. So I don't want to overtrade. It's always not good to do that. But anyways, make sure, guys, you check the links in the description, and if you would like, please follow me on Twitter because I do post the live trades there. And also, while you're at it, if you're not a member of the Discord, go ahead and join the Discord. I think we're doing a really good job of running this Discord community, and everybody has really good questions for me every day. I prioritize the VIP section of the Discord. So in case you guys ever want to, if you need an answer to some of these questions, any question you might have, go ahead and ask that in the VIP section. So anyways, guys, another thing I need to plug is the Reddit. We have a subreddit. It is going to be r/pro stock. So go ahead and check it out over there. I post everything that I post on my website, and like the video, and plus the videos from YouTube. So I would appreciate if you guys can follow me on the social media and keep up with what we're doing on the journey to 1 million. Things are going well. We're at 750, although we're still down a little bit, but I think we're gonna do pretty well. I'm not super scared of this market crash because, like I said, I'll probably sink, I don't know, personally for my portfolio, I probably would need to sink $10,000-$15,000 into some way out of the money puts like we were just talking about. But it is what it is. Sometimes we got to do that. But right now I'm not all that worried about it because we're still looking on the up and up, reopening from COVID, and not to mention the stimulus that's coming out. Sorry, forgot what it's called. The stimulus that's coming out. They're still going to print more money. I think we still have some time. Although I know some people are nervous about March because that's usually when things start hitting the fan. But I don't really believe so much in the superstitious part about this. But hey, we'll see. I might go ahead and buy some cheap ones, especially those Dow Jones ones. Those are real cheap. Might as well just because I mean you could do it. You don't have to be hedge exactly right. You can just take a generalized market hedge because the Dow Jones is going to crash too. If there's a stock market crash, one of them is going to crash. So you might as well take whatever hedge is the cheapest ones. So, and the Dow Jones would be super cheap. You literally can get hedges for $20-$30. So I don't know. I might buy a bunch of those. Who knows? For the puts expiring today, do you need to close them before the market closes? No, because if the puts are expiring today and the market closes, we will get assigned, maybe, and we'll have to buy the 100 shares. So I kind of want to buy the 100 shares. But specifically, the ones that are expiring today, my DraftKings is expiring today, my GVO puts. So we're going to have to buy the GVO at $15, but we got paid 2, so our cost basis is $13. So what is GVO, and is it on the up and up? Yeah, we might actually, it might actually pass $13. Who knows? It almost did before. But if it passes $13, then no, we're not going to have to. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we will still get assigned because it's below 15. But our break even, our cost basis will be 13. So we'll be taking a little bit of a loss on that, but it's okay though. It's just how it is. So anyways, I don't mind because I think it's going to come back up. So our cost basis would be at 13. It's all good. So I don't want to close it because we would take that loss. So I don't want to close the GVO. And then the other one expiring today is the THCX. We're going to get assigned. We're going to lose our 100 shares of THCX, but that's okay. The Tesla one is expiring today. I could go ahead and roll that out. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Nah, I'll wait. This one I don't want to. It doesn't matter for me. Let's just go ahead and wait until Monday. We'll deal with that. So yeah, that one's going to, the selling this covered call is going to expire. Yep. And Monday we'll deal with that. We'll still keep our 100 shares though. All right, cool. Well, anyways, guys, if you have any other questions, let me know. About to wrap this thing up. Not much else we can do today. Not much else I want to do today. We're up 3.4%. Everything is looking pretty good. Print's up 6%, so good thing we bought that dip. Man, I hope you guys are buying the dip with us. A lot of people I saw was freaking out. Hey, what's this one? Forgot. Oh yeah, the uranium one. Interesting. Could be a play. Seems like there's not much volume in this ETF, but anyways. Yeah, everything's looking pretty green today. My Soxol's up 7.5. Nice. Do you plan to stay tech heavy growth stocks or rotate to other industry? I mean, nah, I plan to stay tech heavy growth. It's worked out for me for a long time. But I could rotate. But I mean, look, a lot of my, like I just showed you the TQQQ. I have 111,000 in TQQQ right now, and that's not necessarily tech growth. I mean, that's just NASDAQ ETF. And also I have the S&P 500 ETF, and I have a Dow Jones ETF. So I'm not all, and that's the majority of my portfolio, plus semiconductors. That's the majority. So although I am a little bit tech heavy, but mostly I'm semiconductor heavy at the moment, unless you include Tesla as tech, which I guess it is. But it's almost balanced between tech and semiconductor. But a huge chunk is going to be the S&P, Dow, and NASDAQ ETFs. I just playing it safe. It's all good. Why do you think the market will crash soon? I don't think it will crash soon. Did I say that? I think that we can go ahead and buy the cheap insurance policies, buying the cheap out of the money puts. But I don't necessarily think it's going to crash. So look at this. This is the Dow Jones ETF. I'll show you how cheap this is. We could go 300 days out. Look, this is a put, about $9,500. This would cost us like 20 cents right now. Look, it's literally 20 cents. Well, maybe 30 cents. Even if we just did a market at 35, a market order, that would only cost us $35 for one of these contracts. That's going to go up a lot, because if the Dow does lose 50% of its value, I mean, and keep in mind the IV is super low, so the IV is going to skyrocket if it crashes. Those are just really, really cheap, but I think those would go up to probably $2,000. So $20 to $2,000, it's quite a lot. You know, if the Dow Jones really does crash and lose half of its value, but I don't necessarily think it's going to crash. But for only a few dollars, we can buy those insurance policies. Like I said, the Dow Jones one is the cheapest, and that's for 336 days out. Of course, we can go longer. It'd be $200, but it doesn't matter. So we can get those insurance policies. I'd probably recommend doing something like that because it's just so cheap. So why not? I mean, I could they're so cheap. I could set an ask for 0.25. And then I could literally get 100 of them. It's only going to cost me $2,500. But just imagine how much money we're going to make. Just imagine how much money we're going to make if the Dow loses half of its value. So, I mean, those are going to go up a lot. I would assume the IV would shoot up. So these are just already going to be worth a lot more. And then it'll be a lot closer. It wouldn't be so deep out of so far out of the money. And then it would actually be relatively close. Somewhere in this range, I think. Because it doesn't have to hit our strike. We can always sell it. So I think it would be 15. I think it would go to 1,500 plus the increase in the IV. So it could be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Those could be worth. I mean, so if the market does crash, it's okay. Because we were gonna do something like that. It's just a really cheap hedges, and for this is $20, $30, we can have a pretty good hedge. I mean, obviously you need to buy more than one contract, depending on your account balance. So yeah, and even in 2008, if we look back, let's go on the week. Yeah, let's go on the month. So this was the 2008 crash right here. So yep, it was from that was October 2007. It was about May 2008 down. The bottomed out at April 2009. So almost a year. And then going back up, fully recovered by about April 2011. But once you get back to here, it's a pretty good recovery already though. So you could say the full recovery was in 2010 because it bottomed out in 2009. And then already by 2010, it was almost fully recovered. So maybe a year and a half. So it's not the end of the world. If you really need cash, don't put all the money into the stock market. If you really need the cash, if you cannot wait a year and a half. If you think that, hey, but the best thing is if you're just if you have cash reserves, maybe, 15% on the sidelines right now, just in case it does crash. If you have you can just dollar cost average. I mean, there's some other things. I mean, if you, I don't know, you could, but just keep some cash on the sidelines. Maybe it could be interesting. Or if you have a job and you have the extra disposable income every month, you could just be buying that all the way down. Dollar cost averaging it all the way down. So it's all good. Let it go ahead and crash, whatever. Because look what happens after. Just sweep the crash under the rug. Just move past this and just keep going, Because it'll keep going. Anyways, that's usually what happens. So, yeah, I mean, getting those cheap hedges, it can make a lot of money because it did lose half of its value. So we'll see. Yeah, every market crash has occurred in either March or October. Yeah, I know. Until one doesn't, Anyways, if it happens, it happens. I'll go ahead and buy a bunch of these. Why not? Not today, but how many should I buy? I don't even know. I need to think about it. Next month is March. Yes, I know. People are talking about the March thing. But I'm not really superstitious. But see, people just think that so much. They're like, oh no, it's going to crash in March. It's almost March. They just think it. They think it into fruition. They think it so much and then it happens. Just everybody panics because everybody's thinking about that. And then all the news cycle 24/7 is like, oh no, it's about to crash. It's too high. The stock market is set up so it goes up indefinitely. There is no ceiling. It's like outer space. You literally can just get in a spaceship and just, with unlimited fuel, and you will just keep going. I guess you don't even need unlimited fuel because you'll just, as soon as the fuel runs out, you're still going to keep going, right? I hedged a few of those just to be safe, but I'm not too worried if they don't fill. Yeah, for sure. If they don't fill, like you mean the limit orders? Yeah, I think so. It's kind of like that. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably a responsible thing to do. I guess they're so cheap, we might as well. Especially the Dow Jones one, because it's just super cheap. Like $25 we can get one contract. 100, we can get 100 of those for $2,500. You know, not everybody's gonna need 100, but it doesn't matter because if the market really does crash, it's not just the Nasdaq is gonna crash. It's not just the semiconductors. It's not just tech is gonna crash. Everything's gonna crash. So, I'm just saying we could get a bunch into Dow. At least that's my thoughts. I'd probably, just because I'm so heavy, I'd probably buy a couple in semiconductors too. But I think you guys get the basic point. Yep, crash plus COVID, it will be crazy. I don't think it's going to crash. It's on the up and up. They're printing more money. It should support, for now at least. I don't think it will in March, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe it will. And I guess that's a scary thing, but that's what I'm saying. You get these now. If you're really worried about it, you get it now. They're super cheap. Everybody can afford it because one is only $25. So everybody can afford this. And to be honest with you, if you really think it's going to crash, get more than you need. If you only need 10, get 30 because you're going to make a bunch of money. Because don't forget, this expiration date is January 2022. We don't know if it's going to crash in March. We literally have until next January. Anytime it goes down, we're going to make a bunch of money on these. Fed came out today saying they are pushing hard for the stimulus and they aren't touching rates until, yeah. That's good. So that's why I think maybe even this one for 2022, maybe based on that, maybe we should do until 2023. How much are these? $200. Yeah, it goes up a lot. Here I can get a strike of 95 though. But here I can't. Anyways. Yep. So that's what I would do, guys. If you are worried about the pending market crash, go out year and a half, buy some really cheap out of the money puts. Basically, I would just buy it as far out of the money as you can because it doesn't matter if there is a really hard crash. I'm talking 20% down, 50% down. It doesn't matter how far out of the money they are. They are going to go up a bunch because right now we're getting them for $25. And this is for the Dow Jones, keep in mind. But I mean, you guys think differently. Maybe you want to hedge in tech. Maybe you want to hedge in semis, whatever. Or maybe you want to hedge in oil. How much can you make? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think 20x conservatively. I think it would 20x. If it crashed like 2000, okay, so based on 2008, the Dow Jones lost half of its value, so 50% down, because we were looking at that on this chart. But yeah, anyways, so if it did lose 50% of its value, so first of all, the IV is going to be massive. So IV, remember, high IV means high premiums. So just because the volatility is high, the IV is going to be high. That's going to make the premiums a lot more expensive. So we're buying them when the IV is low, before it crashes. But also, it's going to be much closer to at the money. Because think about it. If it's currently at 300, so if it loses half, it goes down to about 150. So we're about 10 slots, $50 out of the money. So if we go here at 315, so about $50 out of the money is $265. So you can see that this is selling for around $1,000 right now, but that's $1,000 with 24% IV. This is going to be 100, 200%, I assume, if the markets crash. The IV is going to go up. a lot. So this is going to be a lot more expensive than $1,000. But just going based on $1,000, that's currently with low IV. We do the math because this is going to cost us $20, and then it sells for, let's just say, 1,000. So 1,000 divided by 20, that's 50x, just that, and that's with the same IV. But it's not gonna be the same IV if the market just lost 50%. So yeah, I mean, conservatively, depending on how much the market's gonna crash, because that obviously matters. If it crashes 20%, then maybe you're only gonna make 10, 20x. If it crashes 50% like in 2008, maybe you can make 50x. But I do believe it's gonna be somewhere in there. So you can make a lot of money. So the point is, you have 336 days till this contract expires. So why not just hold some? Because you're saying basically, like, I'm going to bet this is what, oh my God, it's even cheaper now. That's crazy. The last price it went for was 18. Are you guys buying this right now? $18. For $18, you can have a possibility to make 50x if the markets crash until January the 21st, 2022. You haven't. If the market crashes at any time before then, these are just going to go way up. So that's what I would do. That's the way I would hedge it. But for sure, you can do the VIX, the volatility index, for sure. You can just buy them, just really cheap, out of the money calls. So it's kind of like the opposite. Yo. That was in 2011. Yep, it just always went down, down, down. Anyways, yep, so you could go here, you can get the same principle, 300 days out. So we have 300 days till our insurance and policy expires, and then we just have to buy another insurance policy. You know what I mean? You could even do shorter term, just every 6 months you could do this. Probably be super cheap too. About 200, 190 days, 119 days, 210. It doesn't matter. You can just think about it by yourself. But we could do a call. This is puts. So we would do a call like way out of the money. Just, just do super far out. You guys can just, I probably wouldn't do that far. It's not very expensive. It's like $50 here. The ask, at least. A bid, I'm sorry. So you guys could just start playing around with that. But it's the same principle, but this, the VIX, the UVXY, this is going to go up if the markets crash. The other ones are going to go down. Yep. All about the timing, huh? You already got one. Nice. Yeah, I mean, might as well, right? It's so cheap. If it's just insurance, I mean, if it does crash, I mean, we're going to make a lot of money. So whatever. Don't care about what these people say. I will start buying these up too because the Dow one is just so cheap. The other ones are more expensive. For example, SPY, S&P 500. What am I up? Okay, 3.5%. Okay, making sure everything's fine really quick. And then, okay, so SPY, let's say, this one we have a lot more choices, but let's just do the same to keep it fair. So 336 days, let's do a puts. Yeah, okay, so it's $67. So this is more expensive, but doesn't matter. You can get some of the SPY, you can get some of the Dow. Keep in mind, you can set the limit orders because right now we're just coming off a dip. So these are going to be a little bit more expensive. But if you buy these at a peak of one of these mountains, like, what dip though, really? You know what I mean? What dip? But anyways, if you bought this at the peak, like up here, then those would be cheaper at that point because it's higher. If the S&P goes down, then these puts are going to be a little bit more expensive, but not really that much probably. So just got filled at 16. we might as well just put them in for like 10 or something and just put them like the TIF for like good till canceled. You know what I mean? Just put them in super cheap. That's really funny. I guess I should do that too, but it's just so cheap. But see, for me, I need more than just a few. I guess I can just start dollar cost averaging into the hedge. Oh my god. That's funny. Oh. Yep, well, anyways. It is what it is though, right? 336 days. Our insurance policy is 336 days. There's no point to even do less than that. Even though, because we could look at 90. Let's just say 3 months. But see, that's the interesting point because it's only 290 is the lowest that I could do here. Huh. So yeah. What about 210? It's 135. It's really interesting. Anyways, I would do that. Yeah, it's going down. That's funny. The bid is 14 though. Yeah, might as well, right? Just keep those. Just keep those for a long time. But I don't know how much money I want to sink into this though. 100 would cost me $1,400. But see, if I wait though, there's a big difference. It's only $1,000, and then could get a bunch of these. Could really get a bunch of these. And I mean, even if we saw a smaller correction here, maybe like something like this or something like this, one of these smaller corrections, those probably would go up a lot. Let's look into this. Let's see how far we can go here. Not really. This is the day. Maybe a week chart. No data. Would be interesting to see. I mean, this was around 414. Oh, that's 2020. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. So let me check. So it was 60. That was on January 25th. Okay. So let's go back to DIA. So it's January what? I forgot already. January 25th. So yeah, sure enough, well, that was the highest though. Interesting. January 25th was here, and then at the bottom was on the 29th. So it just dropped down a decent amount during this little correction. So January 5th to January 29th. So go back to the options here. I want to this one. I want to view quote. I want to find what the price was on January the 29th. It was here. It was 30 cents. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, it was just the IV affecting it. It must have been just the IV just made it go up. But nevertheless, if it did on January 29th, it did crash. Because it does have the decay though. Anyways, we're still going to get hit by decay, but I mean, we potentially could get up to 30. I mean, it ran up to 60, 40, 30. I mean, it's possible. So my point is, if we get this for 10 or 15 cents or 20 cents right now, point is, even before the market crash, we could sell this for profit. Sell this for 100, 200% profit, even if we had a small correction. So this could be interesting though. These are just so cheap, it's just kind of like, well, might as well. I think I make a pretty good case for this. And the more that oh man, these went up a lot now. Yeah, really? Okay. Well, you guys are already making money on those. That's funny. Anyways, I'll probably set my limit order for around 10. But see, that's the thing. We can even set, because look, some people are setting limit orders for like 4 cents on the 120. So we can even go out further and just set limit orders and see if they get hit. Doesn't actually matter. But I would be interested in something like this. So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter though. Now it's already up to 30. Did you guys seriously just double your money on that? What? Because what for 30? It's the ask is 30. The last was 30. Oh my god. It's interesting stuff though. So yeah, I mean we could set a. I'm not in any rush though. That's the thing. Could get a bunch of these. Literally a bunch. It's just so cheap. Just go ahead and get 100 of them. Costs $1,000. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, that's not going to hedge my portfolio by any means, but I'd probably need to get some QQQ and also some SMH too, though, because my portfolio is heavy into tech. Already making 30%. That's pretty funny. Jeez. Jesus, that's pretty funny. Alright. Yeah, I'll go ahead and place mine too, might as well. Put mine in for 0.10. I mean, I don't know if that's unrealistic. I could do half though. I could do half for 0.15. Yep. Gonna go ahead and place that. And then I also want to do half for 0.10. Oh, did I just do 100? Oopsies. Let me check. Yeah, I just did 100. Okay, I meant to do 50, but it doesn't matter. I can do 100. Do 200 of them. Could be interesting. Let me post that to the Twitter. Oh my God, it says the max profit is $948,000, and the max loss is $1,500. That's cool. That's kind of funny. And then I'll do another 100 at 0.10, might as well. Oh, I need to do the TIF is GTC on that. Alright, so do the 0.10 on that. And yep, okay, so those are our hedges. And that's not going to hedge my entire portfolio, but it's a start at least. We'll be making some pretty good money if it does really crash. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that. Anyways, let's see if it hits. That'd be cool. Yeah, we could make quite a lot of money on those. Yeah, it's already down to 0.12 now. I might actually... Why am I not getting filled? Oh, that's the... Sorry, that's the bid. Yep, anyways, let's see. I think it's worth $2,000 to do that. Let's see, I want to go change that other one to 3.75%. Nice. I want to change that other one to the TIF is the GTC. Oh, I cannot even change that. Whatever. I'll see if it hits today. If not, we can re-enter it. Alrighty. Well, yeah, okay. Well, I was gonna cut it. I was gonna finish up a while ago, but just decided to get these hedges in. Well, that'll be interesting. Could be interesting. I mean, if the market dips another, who knows, like 5% like it did a couple weeks ago, probably those are going to be worth quite a lot of money, so we can always sell and rebuy it. So that'll be funny. But oh man, don't you just love just thinking about that math on those though? Just be like, kind of start hoping the market does crash after all, because our other positions, it doesn't matter how much they go down. We could, in theory, make a lot on those. We're just thinking ahead of everybody. We're thinking ahead of everybody, and we're buying this stuff now. While everybody else is just like, oh man, I'm either gonna A, sit on the sideline, B, sell some stocks, and pay taxes on it, and then lose money. So it's lose-lose. Or, I don't know, trade the VIX. I guess a lot of people do that. But for me, it's like, man, these are just kind of like cheap insurance policies here, so whatever. And you don't have to sell your stocks, because if you sell it, you got to pay the tax, and I don't want to do that. Because they're so cheap, it's like, might as well take a chance if the market's going to crash. It's take a $2,000 chance, but man, though, if it did crash by 50% down to 150 strike, that would put us at about $50 out of the money. So if we just look at what $50 out of the money right now is, what it's selling for with low IV, selling for $1,000. That's tasty. Oh, and especially if I can get those for the 0.10, so that's $10. So 1,000 divided by 10, that's 100x. And that's with the low IV. I mean, literally, could make a lot of money on those. The IV is up. Maybe the IV would double, let's just say. Although I think it's more than likely it would triple. Yeah, but let's just say it doubles, so that's 200x. That's crazy. That's crazy numbers, but it's possible. It is possible, because $10 to $1,000 as right now, if it did go down that much, then in theory, yeah, I'm sounding excited, I know. I should stop talking about this. It's probably bad luck. But in theory, we can make a lot of money. So, anyways. Whatever. But you're right. Probably we shouldn't shouldn't talk like that. But oh man, it's just so cheap though. A lot of people talking about the market crashing these days, and it makes me feel like, don't you realize you can make so much money? It doesn't matter if the market goes up so much in one direction, or if it goes down so much in one direction. You can make a lot of money either ways. And you just got to be ahead of the game. So I think these quote-unquote insurance policies that we're taking out, I think could pay off massively. Or we could just lose the money in January, but it's so cheap it doesn't matter if it doesn't crash. And we'd have to take out another insurance policy of a couple $1,000s. But by January, we're going to have made that much. I mean, I taken out a couple thousand, but you guys are taking out $10 for one contract. I mean, or $15 for one contract is so cheap. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for just joining us, but we are about to cut it out, cut this stream off. But anyways, again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and go ahead and check the links in the description. We have a tip jar down there. I'm doing this all for free. The only thing, so if you really appreciate it, just send me $1 if you're making money on these picks, which somebody's making money, I know it, because you're sending me the screenshots of how much money you're making, and I'm posting them on the Wall of Fame in the Discord. So go ahead and check all those links out. But the only thing that I do that I can benefit is the one-on-ones that I'm doing, Zoom calls. We can screen share. We can do all sorts of good stuff. Talk about strategies, just some basic education on the like what's the covered call, what's an iron condor. Like we can do any of that if you want some one-on-ones from me. So go ahead and email me from my website, prostockadvice.com, and put your email address in there at the bottom and get the